What's going on, guys, and welcome back. It's been a while. We are still busy doing many other things with life. However, we did get over to a box tournament the other day and came in second place, getting half of a box, so 12 packs. It was fun. Did not expect to do very well. I just took Cyber Dragons because I sold off my Kashtira deck before the ban list hit, so that was kind of nice, but I knew I wasn't going to be playing a whole lot last format and probably this format, other than going to locals for tournaments like this and seeing what happens. I'm going to try and get to a different locals that I go to more frequently soon and see what we can't do. But anyway, we played Old Faithful, 3 Cyber Dragon. Pretty important now. I am back on Machine Dupe, and on top of Machine Dupe, I think Duality makes this card even more important to play it at 3. So we do have the new ones from the tins. They look absolutely gorgeous. 3 core, it's core of the deck. That's not ever going to change. 3 hers. I've tried 2 in builds, but I am on 3 here. Something I haven't done in a while, but I did go back to, was 2 Naxter. Playing dupe, it's an extra target. I liked the extra name. Comes up a bit. People still don't respect Anima, so having the 5 targets for Anima was actually pretty nice. 2 Galaxy Soldiers, the 1 Therion King Regulus because it's searchable multiple ways, and card put in so much work. 3 Jizukiru. Kaiju's just so good right now. Like, I can't explain it enough. Yes, you can search it, so maybe you don't want to play more, but I love opening the card. You open 2 even, you can give your opponent 1, give yourself 1. It's just a big beat stick that way. There's just so many things I like about the Kaiju, and really liking it at 3. Hand Trap, I was debating if I was going to play it or not. I did end up playing Ash because branded is usually well represented. I ended up going 4-1 and then went to top 4 and obviously lost in the finals. That's how we got second. I beat Branded, Salamangreat, Dragon Link. What was the other one? I lost to Unchained, and then I want to say, I don't remember what the last one was. Then in top 4, it was another Dragon Link that we won, and then in the finals lost to the same Unchained player, so I tried to get my revenge against him. Could not do it. I want to say maybe it was Unchained 2 for the final Swiss matchup, because I'm pretty sure I did beat the deck once. This tournament was like 6 days ago now at the time of recording this. Again, haven't really gotten around to it, but I want to say it was Unchained, but don't quote me on that. The deck was just absolutely everywhere, so it's kind of hard to remember. No Pearly was kind of interesting. Part of the reason we played the Kaijus was because Pearly, I feel like our Unchained matchup is slightly better than the Pearly matchup, so luckily we, I guess, didn't run into any. 3 Cyber Emergency, 1 Repair Plant, 3 Machine Dupes. We're playing dupe. If you're going to play dupe, play 3. Do you want to see it or not? Like, oh, people play 2, people play 1. Like, I get if you're playing Thrust, but if you're not playing Thrust, play 3. There's no reason not to. I played 2 Clockwork, 1 Duality. Between these 3 cards, especially like in 40 or close to it, I don't like playing the full 9. I think that it gets very clunky and inconsistent, and that's already something that our deck struggles with. So I'm kind of messing around. Dupe, I feel like out of these is the most important to play at 3 if you're playing it. And I've tried 3-3-0, I tried 3-3-0, pretty much all the variations, and I ended up settling on this because dupe is not only the one you would want to see multiples of out of any of them, it's also the one you want to open the most, and I think it has the highest payoff. Clockwork, one of our ways to search out Regulus. Duality's got some niche uses, and I do really like the card. I like it more in like Cyber Dogmatica, which will work on a profile for you guys once my Dogmatica stuff actually gets here again. Going away from doing online profiles just because we don't play frequent enough to where it matters, so we will get that stuff back. I went real old with this one. 2 Overload Fusions. You might ask why or say that's not good, but opening this card is so crazy. It's so good. Easy OTKs. It can get a little clunky, I get that, but I liked it a lot. I saw it more, obviously, at 2. And on top of seeing it more, it's good in the grind game. It's not bad to open. You need a decent hand, so I don't want to say win more because it pushes your good hands into winning hands, whereas your good hand, you might be able to break their board and do everything, and then if you can break their board, push through everything, and then drop that down and just win the game, it's really nice. Before Verde was a thing, for those who, like I said, going way back, might not remember, we played 3 of this card, and we kind of just accepted that our consistency isn't there. And that was the theory with building this deck again, and also part of why I really wanted to stay with just the 6 copies of these, because 6 here and that's 2, like, I'm playing a lot of high payoff cards, so 8 of them in total with the 3 like OTK type cards, the extender, the board breaker, things like that. Really liked it though. Like I said, theory was kind of old school Cyber Dragon. I tried the Power Bond engine too, really close to bringing it, ended up going with this, and I was actually pretty happy with it. Then the power spells, the fun cards, 2 talent, Droplet. Love this card. Card's insane, card's crazy. Arise Heart's gone, so this card's just infinitely better than it was. Because of Unchained, liking being destroyed, Cosmic. Also nice to like draw phase if you were to go against Pearly. You can Cosmic the trap, and they're gonna use it and go into their Nor, but like you can stop potentially 2 or 4 draws or however many sleepies they have, because they're only gonna get it off the Nor. They're not gonna get the first card. They're not gonna go draw, trap, rank up, draw. So you stop some of the draws, or like even just using it on the continuous spell. If you're able to break their board, then they don't recur everything back. 1 Feather Duster, 1 Mind Control, and the 1 Change of Heart. Really like the power spell lineup. Was kind of playing around with the books and econ and stuff like that too. Ended up settling on these. It is 41 cards in the main deck. If you have any questions on it, feel free to ask. I'll try to explain them as good as we can down below. The extra deck then. 1 Cyber Twin for the duality plays. It's, kind of niche, but it comes up like with duality from Fortress, especially with your Clockwork Knight. So it's really nice. Was also testing out Gizmek Orochi, because like Orochi duality equals OTK. You Orochi on your opponent's end phase of their first turn, and it's 2400, and then you go into your Cyber Twin, and you can go ahead and, that's 8,050, and then you can bring the Orochi back again for another 2450, so it's like 10,500 off 2 cards. Obviously, your other 4 cards would break their board. 2 Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, 2 Fortress for space. Tried 3. Usually by the time you have the 3rd, you should have won the game already anyway. 1 Mega Fleet, again, tried 2, and ended up going to 1 for the space. Kind of for space, but again, a kind of older philosophy we used to do in Cyber Dragon. The 1 Nova 2 Infinity, because your Naxxer can revive your Nova, and then you slap down the 2nd Infinity on it. If they interrupt you on that Nova, then you could potentially float into something like Cyber Twin or Rampage. Whereas if you Naxxer revive the Infinity and they do something, you're just out a card because it can't negate yet. So you revive the Nova, and then by the time you summon your Infinity, it has a negate right away. River Stormer, because searching out Regulus. Zeus, because Zeus is absolutely crazy. 2 Zeus, because no one is ever ready for the 2nd Zeus. Just going River Stormer into Zeus then. Like, no one is ready for that 2nd Zeus anymore. 1 Almirage, 1 Anima, and 1 Seeger. Going into Seeger and then Overload Fusion. It feels so nice. It's like just the nostalgia. It's the old school feeling. It goes through and it works really, really well. So that is our extra deck. Side decks I usually don't show, but because of the new format, because I feel like the deck hasn't seen a ton of representation. Shout out to Keza winning his locals. I saw the post on Ready for Duel, I want to say. He does really well with meta decks, and once in a while he does play Cyber Dragons. and represents us well. He's been in the group for pretty much as long as I have been. He's been around for quite a bit, so shout out to him on doing well. 3 Dark Ruler. Card's just really good versus like Mana Dome and Dragon Link. Mana Dome does have the counter trap, which, you know, isn't ideal anymore, but Dark Ruler still just really good versus those big build or break my board type decks. 3 Book of Moon. I like the card because you can play it going first or second. So if it's good in a matchup, you can always set it and use it, or you can just use it and break boards. I always respect back row, so double Lightning Storm. And then we played our going first cards because the deck definitely needs some help with that. 2D Barrier, 2 Ice Dragon's Prison, 2 MVPs. DDG card is just really, really good. I've always liked this card. It's one of my all-time go-to going first cards. And then those 6 you may notice are all, or 3 are all normal traps. So 1 Trap Trick, which essentially acts as a third copy of any of them. So if you open like 1 or 2 of them, or you open 1 of them and Trap Trick, you can get to any of the other ones that you want. I did test with Overflow again, and as much as I like the card and I think it's really, really strong, it's just we struggle with resource management, recursion, things like that, and I think the card's got good future potential, but right now I just don't think it's a great use of our resources. But yeah, that's the deck profile, guys. Let me know down below what you guys think. Thanks for watching.